Hi everyone. I wanted to come on today to share with you my best Valentine's Day ever. And my best Valentine's Day ever was when I was a child. When I was a child, they used to have these little classroom cards, like you get like 30 in a box. And they, on the little cards, they would have like cute little sayings and they would have little red hearts. And sometimes they had like little cartoon characters and stuff on it. And it would say, "Will you be my Valentine's?" And it would have like little cute little sayings. And then on each one of the little cards, you could write like to this person and from, myself. And I used to get so excited. I used to pick out each one that I wanted for everybody in my classroom. So I would go through and, the people who I really like, I make sure I get them the little special ones first. And then, the people who wasn't so nice to me, I'll have some for them. But, my people, I had the little nice stuff. And then my dad used to go and he would get these candy. And my dad used to get the real type of candy. Like he didn't go get no cheap candy. And he used to get the ones that would have like the little sayings, the little hearts, and they were powdery. To me, they didn't really taste that good, but they were cute. And you would take a couple of those and you would put them into the little envelope. And there were other Valentine's Day candy that you would, give to people. And I would put those in the envelopes. And yuck, I used to lick the envelopes. I don't lick envelopes now. So, I guess they got a piece of me. And I used to put the little stuff in there right on the front, their names and everything. And then, you show up on classroom day and you're so excited because, you have the stuff and everybody's anticipating who's going to give them those little cards because almost everybody in the classroom had them. And we would go around and you hand it out to your little friends and they hand theirs to you. And we would all swap our little things and our gifts. And my dad, he always just did a little too much. And he would always send extra candy. And he was like, "Oh, in case somebody don't have none, you can give this." And, and I used to hate that because I was like, I'm not giving these people this candy for us to, have for our Valentine's Day when I get home. And so a lot of times if he didn't go, but sometimes my dad was smart, he would go with me to the class because, he would give the teacher. And I think he was flirting with the teacher. Maybe that's why he was going. I didn't know that at the time. But he would go and he'd say, "Oh, I have some extra stuff for the class in case the class needs something." But if he didn't do that, I used to keep the other extra candy for myself. And I gave the other people they little candy and they little cards. And then, of course, when you got home, you use your little cards and stuff like that. And, I don't know if people, sometimes people have crushes. I didn't really have no crush on nobody in my grade school years, like first grade to sixth grade. So if somebody gave me something they thought, I trust me, it went right over my head. But I just love the excitement of being able to have those things in that memory. Now, what I want to say to you, my ladies, my women, I want to say to you this Valentine's Day, I want you to love on yourself. And what I mean by love yourself, a lot of times we think that means like buying a whole lot of gifts for ourselves, and that's good. And that cheers you up and those type of things. But I'm saying today, let Valentine's Day be the one day that you give yourself a pass. Because a lot of times we hold things, people talk about you holding things on other people, but a lot of times we hold stuff on ourselves. And there are times when we do not forgive ourselves. We are hard on ourselves. So let this Valentine's Day, you give yourself one pass on something you did real stupid, real dumb, one bad decision you made, and you've been holding yourself on that bad decision. I want you to give yourself that one pass. And finally, I do want to express to you all, I have a Mama Faye Becoming Me podcast. And for those of you women who really want to become the thing that you want to become this year, you want to see it come to pass, you've already written your goals. And if you haven't, you can always go and get my journal for women, Mama Faye Women Goals for Women journal. And in that journal, you can write down your goals and then you can write down how you plan to accomplish those goals and you can give yourself a time frame. And then I want you to really join me with the Mama Faye podcast because in that Becoming Me podcast, which is currently on Substack, but guess what? You can listen to it on YouTube, you can listen to it on Apple, you can listen to it on Spotify, and you can actually have it sent to your email on Substack. Or you can go to Podbean, and there you can find all of the different places where you can listen to. So this particular Valentine's Day, while you may be getting gifts and heartfelt things from other people, one thing I want you to do is I want you to give yourself one pass. All right? I'll see you next time.